So as you seen from my last video, it did not turn over after change the spark plugs and wires. Correction, it was turning over, but it did not fire. So, and I ran the battery down, so that's what I'm doing. I'm charging the battery right now, and I got some other stuff on for the bike. Of course, there's my tools. This is my little setup. This is a chair, a swivel chair if I want to need it. But I bought some stuff from Harley. And they said it was the knock sensor, but this is right here, and that's the knock sensor right there, this right there, and it's original equipment, so it was about time for it to go anyway. So I figured while I'm there, because I need to change the oil, I'm gonna pull this off, change the oil filter, and but this is what I got. This is some of the goodies I got. And I was talking to the guy. See, I got this. It's a drain oil funnel catcher. Because as soon as you undo that darn thing, oil is going to go all over the place. I mean, I guess you can get a piece of cardboard, but this is $23.95 from Harley, and you can probably find an aftermarket one cheaper. But I was already there getting that part, so I picked that up. And this is what it looks like. And it's saying that you need to, different models, you need to modify a little bit, like for that little. See that little notches, you cut that out, but I was doing a placement fitting, and it seemed to do pretty good. And it comes with that hose, so when you put it in there, you can go in the hose, put it in the hose and go in the bucket, or drain pan. I don't use drain pans. I just use buckets because I got to lift a truck, and that's the oil that's in it. I'm saving it so I fill it up, so I'll take it to the recycling. But that's that. And see, this is what it's going to look like with the hose on it. And see, and it will fit right up in there. And it's got a little catch on the back, see? And that will go into the oil, drain it. So, like that. I got a new oil filter for it. I'm slowly switching everything from chrome to black. I'm trying to black it out as much as possible. There's no real reason for have a chrome oil filter. Eventually this will be changed out black. Slowly switching everything out black. But all right, I got that. Come with the instruction. I also got this. It's designed for Harley's oil filter. So is that, and you put your drive extension right there and turn it. I got oil filters for vehicles and stuff and everything, but there's too much stuff cramped up in there. And the guy was sitting there telling me, my friend at the Harley dealership, people bust these things. And I had ordered I got a new one because I think that's what's the problem is, because it's turning, but it's not firing. I mean, it's not even wanting to fire, anything sputtering. Even with bad fuel, it would sit there and want to start, sputter, whatever. And I'm smelling fuel, so the fuel is not the problem, it's the fire. So it's either this or when I change out this. I'll eventually change this out anyway, probably to a high spark, a high output one. But this is my first my first thing that I'm going to do. So I'm going to pause this and put it on the stand and start working on changing out the oil and that plug. All right, I got the oil filter and stuff set up. Got my drain catcher. I'm going to put that up under there. But now this is the special. It's a Harley Davidson oil filter, that wrench to take off. And this right here is cut out. They cut it out so you can slide it beside that knock sensor. That's what a lot of people are breaking these darn things, because they're trying to use a regular car filter. And this extension, ratchet, go up in there. That's tightening. Remember righty tighty lefty loosey? Alright. Broke it free. That's what I'm gonna do now. Yep. It's a little bit. My watch is yelling at me. I'm gonna put this up under, and let's see, I might be able to. Yeah, it's loosened where I can do it by hand now. And see that with that little cutout, comes right out. I'm putting the oil catcher in. Slowly coming. Well, wasn't much the oil in it. Alright, and it still spilled. Shit. Alright. So, but it's supposed to fit up under there. And do it. I mean, it worked some. But when you get some rags, hit Paul. Alright, I got the oil filter off and I got it in the oil. Going to get the new one, the black one. And what you do when you put a new oil filter on, always get a little bit of the oil. Always get a little bit of the oil. I'll just dip my finger in the old oil and get it and put it around the seal to help create a better seal. And as you see, I had to clean up some of the oil, but you just go in hand tight before I start, because you always want to do a hand tight first because you don't want to cross thread anything. All right, putting the filter back on, filter wrench. Snug it up in there. Don't really crank it too damn hard. All right. And I got to find an oil plug on the bottom of the engine, but before I do that, I'm moving all this stuff out of the way. So I'm going to put the oil filter on. I'm going to use my Allen wrench. That's an Allen wrench right there. I'm just going to go ahead and change that piece out. I'm going to move this rock out of the way. Offhand, I don't know what it is, so I'm just going to try it until I find it. And then it looks like it's a 3/16. Oh, wrong way. All right.
You get that pan?
What pan?
If you go put up there and catch the oil.
No oil's coming out of this. This is the NOx sensor. Ain't no telling how long this bolt is. So it's going to be turning.
Can you handle it?
Should put a piece of cardboard under the bike. All right, bolt. All right, come on. This is the old one I'm replacing, so I'm not being gentle with it. Because they do not do returns on electronics. There we go. Alright, I'm going to take this. Oh, this is the ECU. I don't think I'm going to do that.
Yes.
Alright, there was a, now this is all enclosed, but there was some pins in there and I pushed them and so I can get exposed to this wire. And it's one of this typical electronic clip. Hold it on. Alright, I think I unhooked the wrong damn thing. And I did. All right, go ahead, Paul. All right, this is a tricky little booger. Ended up having to drop the ECM, which is the same pieces as same Allen 3/16. Ended up dropping ECM, and this was behind the plate on the frame, just stuck in through like some little push through there to be able to pull the darn thing. The little knock sensor. Well, I'm trying to find the darn knock sensor. There it is. There it is. I mean, it's still kind of an easy remove. It's just a little bit more extra steps, but it's not a pain to pull that out. Here, let me wipe my hands off. What I'll do is new one, see? I'm just going to go ahead and install it before I put everything else back. Put that in there. Make sure you saved your piece, your screw before, because the new one does not come with one. Remember, hand tighten it first. I'm going to hand tighten everything. Goes in, goes back in this little, and see it's got all these little groove things where they go in. It just slides in. This one's not one to slide in. I mean, I got it the wrong way, I think. Oh, yeah, because it goes like that. Come on, you little bugger. Maybe not. What am I not doing right? that piece. He still hasn't picked that piece off. Yep. Just won't put it on like that. There we go. You record? And everything just snaps back in together. Make sure everything's snapped together and clicks good. All right, at least that piece is there. Now I'm going to reattach my ECM. So now I got the oil filter swapped out. I got the knock sensor going in. It's connected on the bottom, and I'm just tightening this up. Because you want this tight because it's on your crankcase. And if you don't, oil's gonna blow everywhere once it starts pressurizing. Oh, she got two of them, a black one and a white one. Them chickens was living their best life. Is it recording? Okay. Alright. Finally got it to the point where it's tight. And so the knock sensor's on, it's connected here and it's connected back here. And ECM is rehooked up. And now I'm gonna find the oil drain. So go ahead. Okay. Now it's right up under the crankcase. The transmission stuff, and it's a 16 millimeter socket. And I did make sure I pulled my oil cap on the other side off, so it'd flow out easier. You always do that even on your it is quicker. It relieves the vacuum, and so the oil will drain out quicker. And just letting it drain.
How does it look? Your
Oil's black.
don't talk about the oil. Your Volt that came out. Is there any shavings on it, or
No, they don't. I don't see no shavings. It
And
looks
what
like
if-
it's got a little magnet.
yeah, that's where your magnet's supposed to go. There's no shavings on that.
I'm not seeing no shavings. Let's see. Can you zoom in on it? There's a little
Uh-huh.
magnet.
Yeah.
Is this an old wall? I haven't changed it in a while. But there's no shavings and everything. If there
Oh,
was,
you're
it
all
would
over
say.
the place.
What?
It's the old T.
Yeah, if there was shavings there, that means you're having engine issues like your crankcase, your pistons and stuff.
And the seal is not cracked, right? The little gasket that's on now.
No, it ain't. I mean,
On the screw, there should be a gasket at the bottom of it.
no, I don't have a gasket.
Oh, okay.
I guess there is a gasket. It looks like
Yeah.
it's there. But I mean, I haven't been leaking oil.
Okay, good.
Oh, looks like I need to put gasket seal on it. Huh. Never had this before me. This looks good. Damn, I think it just bit me. I cleaned it up some, but yeah, there's seal there. The little gasket. The gasket looks good. It looked like the person owned it before me. They put Teflon tape or something on it. So I'm getting all that crap off. You don't need no Teflon tape. But yep, good clean magnet. I'm just waiting for the oil to keep on. It's still draining. And while it's doing that, don't buy. Jesus, I mean, it really took a bite out of me. 20W50 Mobil 1. I got this at Walmart, $10.45, $10.95, something like that. 3 quarts of oil. Harley Davidson motor oil, same thing, $40 some for 3 quarts. So go to Walmart and you can probably even get more cheaper than that, but maybe running 2050 motor oil for a car. It's probably all the same oil, but I just got the V-twin. This would be safe. All right, it's coming to an end. It's barely dripping. I'm just gonna go ahead and put it in. Remember, always start it by your fingers. Hand tightening. You put the dumb thing in. There we go. Hand tighten it so you don't cross thread, because this is exactly one thing you don't want to strip. Alright, good and tight. Remember, when it's tight and it goes loose, that means you stripped it. You don't want that, because you're going to have to redo everything on crankcase. But the only thing left to do now is add oil, 3 quarts. In here, it calls for 3. I'm just going to, you got your little dipstick. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put 2.5 in there, check it, and add some more. And do yourself a favor, get a photo. This is thick for synthetic, but it is 50 weight. There you go, 1. Let's finish him up.
That's good. Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah. I think it was over for. I don't think it.
How many quarts is it? Oh, I think that might be over.
Yeah. So that means all the old oil didn't come out.
Well,
I go with my bike keeps on going. It was not the NOx sensor. So the only other thing is to check to see if the coil is working or not, and which I did check a second ago, is you pull your plug out, keep it on the wire, and put it up against that. I'm stretching. There is no spark going, so it is the coil that is the problem. But other than that, yep, I drained the oil, put the plug back in and everything. It's a little over full, so I'm letting it drain just a little bit. But other than that, it's probably gonna have to wait until I get started to heat up the oil really good, so it'll be nice and thin. Get a little bit of oil out. Call for 3 quarts. Put 2 in there, and it's. But anyway, yep, that's it for this. Then when I do the work on the coil, which is going to be easy, it's just this right here, 2 bolts. Pull the plug wires off of it, pull it out, and while I do that, we'll see if the bike starts. Thank you for watching.